Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Ben, this is Adventure Theory, and I'm gonna help you know before you go. On today's adventure, we're gonna do the full hike up Zebra Slot Canyon in the Grandstaircase Escalante National Monument. And this slot canyon is not a normal hike like a normal slot. This thing gets intense. I just climbed all the way up this hill, this damn hill, so I could show you guys what the surrounding countryside of Grandstaircase Escalante looks like. And bear in mind, this is just a small portion because Staircase Escalante is huge. Made camp right down there. And tomorrow, first thing in the morning, Zebra Canyon. As always, I like showing up at first light because, dude, there's no one here yet. We're at Zebra Slot Canyon Trailhead, which is really unassuming and it's unmarked, but it's kind of obvious if you do a little bit of research because it's the first big pullout at the third cattle gate with a trailhead right across the street. But it is frustrating that it's unmarked, but this is what it looks like. Big mountain, parking lot, cattle guard, trail. And here's our route. We start here. We are right here right now. And we're gonna go 2.5 or 3 miles through to here and then into Zebra Slot. And if there's time, we're gonna circle around and see what Tunnel Slot is all about. Come back and return. So the funny thing is, there actually are a couple signs at the Zebra Canyon trailhead, but they're like 100, 200 feet off the road as the hill starts to slope down, so you can't even see them from the parking lot, which is silly. Because I do my adventures mostly alone, and I'm always going to new places, and I'm still real old school, so I just pretty much use paper maps for now. A lot of the stuff I pay attention to for doing things this way is like landmarks. I'm about a half mile down the trail. I'm parked at that big stripy mountain. So that's a good predominant landmark to look for and pay attention to in case you get turned around. You can get some high ground. Find a predominant landmark that's in the direction of where you're parked and where the road is. Also, there's other stuff like your standard directions, north, east, west, south. On my hike out, the sun should be on my right. And on my hike back to the truck, the sun should be directly in my face. If I take longer than anticipated, the sun will be at my right. So for the first pretty big portion of the Zebra Slot Canyon Trail, it just kind of follows this wash. But the trail has a tendency, like a lot of these backcountry trails, to meander a little bit. So when you first drop down into the wash, one kind of crosses it, one goes the left side, one goes right down the middle. But the important thing to know is that you're following the wash. And we're gonna follow this pretty much all the way till it opens up. Well, we gotta see what this is. Utah has some just incredible rock formations. Okay, here's our first landmark. It's the Cattle Gate. All right, once you get to this gate, you know for certain you're on the right path. So we know we're on the right path. And it doesn't lock or anything, it just swings. So shortly after the cattle gate in the wash, the trail cuts across the wash and comes up a hill. I don't recommend when you come to the wash following it to the right over by all these rocks over here. Stay on the trail. It goes right across the wash and up the hill, and then it goes on through the trees right here alongside these big red stripy cliffs on your left. So once you pop out over the hills, you can see the entrance to Zebra right there. And if there's time, when we're done with Zebra, we're gonna walk around this little ways and try to hit Tunnel Slot as well, because Tunnel Slot is right around the corner over there. But this is the reason you don't stay on the wash once you pass the cattle gate. Follow the trail alongside these cliffs, through the hills and the juniper trees, because it's gonna take you to the left side, and that's where you need to go. This is where a lot of people get confused. They end up going down there by staying on the wash. What you wanna do is go over there. Okay, so this is the entrance to Zebra Canyon. And today's adventure has quite a bit different loadout than the adventure I did yesterday into Peekaboo and Spooky Slot Canyons. I brought water shoes because there's typically always standing water in this slot. It can be anywhere from knee to waist to chest deep. So we don't know what we're gonna get into, but we do know we're gonna drop the hiking boots here, put on water shoes. Also, a change. I got some shorts instead of pants. And customarily, people just drop their bags right here at the entrance because this is an out and back hike. We're just gonna go to the end of Zebra, then come back. And typically in places like this, you don't get a lot of theft. This is the back country. Most people out here have the same respect because they all have to do the same thing. So we're gonna drop our gear here, and I'm gonna figure out how to film this. But first I gotta change and get ready for this adventure. This water that we're about to get in, this is gonna be brutal. Ooh, that's chilly. And now it gets real tight, but at least the water is only about shin deep. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I can't fit through here. I'm gonna see if I can try to climb up and just go foot on each side and get across this section, but I won't be able to film it. Okay, you guys, I was able to scramble up back to this wall, feet to this wall and knees, and just kind of step my way up. Now I'm in a pretty comfortable position. Now I'm just gonna have to shimmy across this. I'm about 8 feet up. And then I gotta get back down. Did it. Looks like it gets tight again. Jeez Louise. How come everyone's talking about spooky and peekaboo being tight? This one is the tightest. If you come to Zebra, you better be prepared for chimney crawling across these rocks half the time, unless you're like whip thin, which I am not. I'm gonna have to get up on the wall again. Okay. We're up on the wall again. Now we gotta scooch across. So this is a big reason I make these videos. Yeah, sure, I like to adventure, but I also like to show you exactly what the adventure encompasses, what it means. Hard, moderate, easy, difficult, these are all subjective terms. One guy chewed me out because he said 7 miles through soft sand was not a hard, difficult, or strenuous hike. And I'm like, dude, 7 miles through soft sand? That is strenuous. Anyhow, the point is, now you can see it with your own eyes and decide how hard is it really. I'd say this one, pretty hard. Okay, that second section of, I don't know what to call it, so I'm just gonna call it chimney climb. This section was way harder than the first section where there's water. Now we're at another section where we're gonna have to do it and scooch up and go over and then down. So just a reminder, if you're coming to do Zebra Slot Canyon in the Grandstaircase Escalante, Utah, there's at least 3 sections where you're gonna be in this position. Dude, this is not a hike, this is a climb. At least it looks like it's about to open up a little bit. Maybe I can actually walk for a little ways. Okay, we've reached the section for how this canyon got its namesake, Zebra Canyon. Looks like we've reached the end. Now, by all accounts, this is the most spectacular section of the trail, and it doesn't get really any nicer beyond this, and then it just empties out. But I can't 100% remember if that's true. I might give it a little try, see if it's easy to scramble up. That's pretty incredible. Here's a stagnant pool of doom. So I don't know how deep that is, and it doesn't look like I can get out if it's super deep, like I have to tread water. Well, I might be able to get out right here, but it'll be a struggle, and it's not worth it because it's going to be freezing. Looks like the canyon just peters out right here. As far as I'm concerned, this is the end of the hike, because the zebra section of Zebra Canyon is right behind us, what we just went through. Yeah, stagnant pool of doom. Now that the sun's coming up pretty good, maybe we'll get some better colors in there, because it was pretty flat when we went through. If we can get some reflection of the sun off one of these walls, that should make the color pop pretty good. We'll see. How deep is it? now I've changed back into dry clothes. We just left Zebra Canyon right here. What we're gonna do is walk the main wash right here to the left, and it goes in kind of an S, and then tunnel slot should be over there on the back side of the second S curve. Let's see if it's not too far. I got just enough time. Now that was a really fun experience. If you have an idea for an adventure that we should go on, please put it in the comments section. And if you're looking for some more adventure ideas, you can click one of these links and go to the page, because there's literally hundreds of other adventures going on there, and I hope to see you next time.